welcome back to another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, share this video with a cousin, with a family member, with a friend. So in today's video, y'all, I'm talking about my postpartum update. So I am 2 months postpartum, y'all. Like, wow, like time has flown by. Okay, had to bring a guest, y'all. Miss Gabrielle. So first I want to go over my whole labor and delivery experience. I briefly went over it in my life update video, so go watch that, girl. So I actually had a doctor's appointment that day that I went into active labor. Called my mom up and I was like, can you drive me to my doctor's appointment? So she drove me to my doctor's appointment. We got there and they did a cervix check, and they told me that I was 1 centimeter dilated. So they said that's not enough to admit me into the hospital to, you know, start giving birth and everything. So pretty much she just recommended me to, you know, either go back home and suck it out and see what happens, or she recommended me to just stay, you know, close to the hospital in case, you know, my water breaks and the contractions get more intense. So I decided to go the route of going back home. So I went back home, girl, and those contractions were getting intense and intense and intense. Like I was calling on Jesus. For real. My husband was working from home that day, and you know, my husband was trying to just remind me, breathe, but in that moment I was just like, I'll put a clip over here. I was pretty much having contractions between 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. to about 7:30 p.m. And my husband was like, all right, we're going to the hospital. So while we was, you know, trying to get ready, I literally fell to my knees, y'all. The contractions put me on my knees and my hands. And I was like, I feel like I have to push. I feel like I gotta push. And my husband, he picked me up and he was like, let's go. Because he was determined for us to not have the baby at home. So once I walked down the stairs, my water pretty much broke. He walked me to his car and we was gone. We was going on that road. We was gone. Yeah, we got to the hospital. They saw me. They was like, all right, we're gonna get ready to push this baby out. So it was on from there. I didn't get an epidural. I didn't get any Pitocin. After giving birth, they gave me some pain meds. Now at home, it was a different story. When I was having those contractions, I was like, I may have to get that epidural. By the grace of God, I did not tear. So it really made my recovery process go smoothly. So I'm really thankful for that. Regarding pushing, they said I only pushed for like 2 minutes and she was out of there. She was 7 pounds and I believe about 7 or 8 ounces. They gave her to my husband first, so he got to experience the skin to skin with her, which I'm glad about, you know, so they can get to bond. So it was just like wow, I literally just pushed out a baby. She was healthy, so I'm thankful for that. Now regarding my hospital stay, y'all, for me, I just felt like the hospital was like kind of dark and gloomy, and that like I just felt like I was just locked up, like in a room, 4 walls. Very solitude vibes for me. Like I was really ready to leave, you know, and get that chance to bond with my baby at home and spend time with her at home, because you know, you have the nurses coming in asking you questions, getting your blood pressure, checking on baby. So that was a lot. So I stayed at the hospital for 2 days. During my time in the hospital, they had lactation consultants that would help me as far as getting her to latch. The girl did pretty okay. It would be times where she would pinch my nipple, but as long as I had her in the right positioning, she pretty much latched pretty good. So I was still trying to figure out the positioning and everything like that, but the lactation consultants there, they were very helpful with giving me tips and, you know, helping me out with how to hold her to get the best latch. There would be times where I felt disencouraged because I saw that little bit of colostrum coming out and I was just like, this is not enough, but it was enough for her. One of the consultants, she was like, look, it's coming out. You know, she was just trying to encourage me that there's something here for baby to eat. Like, don't worry. I'm very thankful for them. At my hospital stay too, I did not get a lot of sleep. I probably got between 1 to 4 hours of sleep at the hospital, but that's to be expected. The first 2 weeks with the newborn, that's like one of the most difficult times of the newborn stage in my opinion, because you're still learning baby, you're also waiting for your milk to come in and etc. So You just gotta hang in there. You just gotta stay encouraged, stay uplifted, keep on going. Remind yourself that you were created for this, so I had to keep on, reminding myself that I am created for this. So I'm going to get into me going home from the hospital. I was so glad to leave the hospital, y'all. Once I left the hospital, it's like the world just felt so bright. That's when, the fall leaves were so vibrant. Feeling the crisp air on my face, like it literally felt euphoric for me. I was just soaking in like, wow, like this is literally a new life for me. This is a new era for me. This is a new moment of my life. This is a milestone. I literally had a baby, and now I'm a mother. You get home, there's no nurses there to help you. There's no doctors there. You're kind of figuring it out on your own, and that's what I was kind of doing. I was figuring out things on my own, figuring out how to soothe baby girl and how to deal with the lost hours of sleep, because that can definitely do something to your mental as far as losing those hours of sleep. And my husband, we were just trying to figure out how to do this mom and dad stuff. We learned throughout the process. So also when I got home too, I would say about maybe around like day 4 or 5, my milk did come in. Literally my nipples was dripping and the milk was coming in. I was happy about it, but I was like, wow, like literally like, wow, our bodies can do this. Like God created our bodies to do such an amazing thing. The milk knows when to come in. It's just amazing, honestly. I was able to start pumping milk for baby girl and also get her to, just drink from my nipple. The first week I didn't have much milk coming in, so I did supplement the breast milk along with formula that I had. I'm exclusively breastfeeding her right now, and so I pretty much, pump, make her bottles, and also have her latch to my breast right now. Soon I do plan on introducing her to formula. I'm going to be looking at different options with that on what I want to do for her. I have heard that European based formula has better ingredients, so I'm going to be doing some research on that, because soon I do want to introduce her to some formula so she's not so dependent on the breast. Now I want to go over my postpartum doctor's appointment. So I had my postpartum doctor's appointment at 4 weeks postpartum. Pretty much what they did, they asked me some questions regarding how I was feeling, different things with my body, like in my experience bowel movements. They also did a service check, to check and see if everything looks good down there. Bleeding was good. So they also checked to see if my uterus shrunk back to its normal size. So they pretty much felt around on my stomach to see if it shrunk back. And then she asked me if I had any questions at the end. So I recommend, making sure you write out a list of questions that you may have to ask your doctor. They will also let you know if you're cleared to resume all normal activities. So regarding my personal experience, everything went good. My uterus shrunk back to the normal size. Bleeding looked fine. And so she went ahead and cleared me for all normal activities, such as, intimacy, as well as cleared me to go back to work. I also want to get into, experiencing your period postpartum. So I experienced my period, it was probably about at week 5 or week 6 postpartum. Now with that, I did experience some light cramping, and I was just like, I just got finished bleeding from, giving birth, and now my period comes. But what I was really glad about though is that my body was getting back into the swing of things and, getting back into naturally doing what it's supposed to do. Now I do want to get into just discussing baby blues. I did experience some baby blues. Some people may laugh at this, but I really did miss being pregnant. Like I missed the kicks, I missed the bump, I missed the pregnancy treatment, because pregnancy treatment is real too. I found myself crying about it. I also did, feel some sadness and a little bit of, anger, not even gonna lie. Like due to the lack of sleep, it did really affect me mentally. I do find some truth to them saying like, make sure you sleep now. But it's all worth it, because it will be over soon, and the baby will start sleeping more so throughout the night. You can get more hours of sleep. So I want to talk about how I did deal with my postpartum emotions. Number one, what really helped me postpartum with dealing with my emotions, dealing with feeling overwhelmed and overstimulated at times, due to having to do various tasks with the baby. Number one, what really helped me was God. So literally, just being honest with him and letting him know like where I was at the moment. Like, Lord, please help me to be kind, help me to be loving towards my husband, help me to be loving, help me to not complain. Keeping it real with him. Like, this is where I am right now, Lord. Like, Lord, I'm frustrated, I haven't slept a lot. Like, Lord, please help me to have to have the right spirit, to have the right attitude, to really think positive rather than negative, because it's easy to complain. I really had to lean towards God. And I've realized, since having a baby, you don't have as much time as you used to, as far as with yourself. So it's important to, make sure you're still giving God time. Sometimes that has to be in the shower. Sometimes that has to be in the bathroom. Sometimes it may be while you're washing your breast pump pieces or fixing formula for your baby. Literally asking the Holy Spirit, please help me to be strong today. Help me to conquer this day with your help. Really leaning and depending on him, because I'm telling you, all of our help comes from God. Our husband cannot be our full help. Family cannot be our full help, but all of our help cometh from the Lord. There may be a mom watching this video right now just who's really stressed and really just overstimulated. Cry out to the Lord and ask the Holy Spirit from the deep depths of your soul, please help me to be strong today. Help me to conquer this day. Help me to have great success on this day. Help me to be a good mother to my child. Help me to be a good wife to my husband. Help me to not become so overwhelmed that I am not thinking clearly. The Lord will help you. The Lord will meet you, and the Lord will supply each and every one of your needs, because he knows what you need even before you ask him. So just remember to go to him in those times where you feel very stressed, you feel very overstimulated. Go to him and ask him sincerely from the deep depths of your heart. Lord, I need you. I need you right now. Lord, help me. So number 2 for me that has helped me postpartum has been my husband. He has really been a blessing to me, helping me to stay reminded with what I need to do, like need to lock back in with God, or reminding me of my health, and affirming me as well, just helping me to realize like, you're okay, you'll be okay. Because there'll be times where I will get in a sad mood. And I remember my husband just prayed over me, and I felt so much release from that. So it's important to have a supportive partner, even when he, takes baby girl sometimes, and, just spend some time with her and give me little moments to myself. Like it's really helpful. So I'm grateful for him and having him in my life to be with her, and just seeing him be a father as well. It just warms my heart as well, just seeing his love for our daughter. So number 3, as far as what has helped me postpartum as well, has been my family and my village. Like, for real. Shout out to my family, shout out to my village, because you guys have been so helpful. Both sides of my family have been very helpful. My family and my spouse's family have been very helpful for us postpartum, asking us if we need anything, does baby girl need anything? And also taking in moments with her and letting us get some moments to ourselves as well. Like, my mom, sometimes she would just, take Gabrielle and spend some time with her, and give me and my husband a few moments to ourselves. Like, she just doesn't know how much I need that at times, because as a mother, sometimes you can be so consumed with your baby and spend a lot of time with your baby. So it can be good to have some breaks sometimes, some mom breaks sometimes. We love our babies, but it is good to have some mom breaks sometimes to yourself, and still pour into yourself and doing self-care. Like, that's another thing for me as well. Number 4 would be self-care. So not letting yourself go. I know it's so easy to just sit in your pajamas all day. I'm not shaming anybody, because look, it's been times where around the house I had my pajamas on, I had my chill clothes on, hair tied, no makeup on, and just was chilling in the crib. But I do find where I get up and put on some makeup and fix my hair up, I do get a boost of confidence, and my mood gets boosted from that. So I would just recommend, just remember to pour into yourself. You're pouring into your newborn, into your baby. Pour into yourself as well. Remember to cater to you too. Overall, becoming a mother has really opened my eyes, because it is literally something where you cannot be selfish. You cannot be selfish. You have to be a selfless person, because literally you're making decisions not just for yourself, not just for your husband, but now you're making decisions also for a little human that you're taking care of. So it has made me more mature as a woman. You have to handle your business as a mother, making sure she's at her doctor's appointments, making sure she's peeing and pooping and, correctly, making sure, she's well fed. So, doing those things and making decisions that is best for her. Not just best for myself, but also best for her as well. So motherhood has been very rewarding. It's been tiring, just my honest opinion too, but it has been rewarding. It has been just filled with love that I cannot explain. Like, it's literally, when you think about God and how God loves us and how we're his children and how he wants to give us good gifts and he wants to see us do good. God is literally a mother and father to us. He cares so much about us. He wants to hear from us, and he wants to cater to our needs. Even hearing her cries, sometimes it can affect me, and I just like, oh my gosh, what does she need? And I'm sure that's how God also treats us. Like, when he hears our cries, when he sees that we're going through it and we're crying out to him, he wants to help us, because he is our help. He is our deliverer. So I just want to encourage someone today to just stay uplifted, stay encouraged as a mother. Your child looks up to you. You're an example for your child. So be a good example, and just know that things will get easier for you. Things will get easier. As time goes on, things will get easier, and children are a blessing. So God will provide for your child. According to the word, it says your children will not beg for bread. Okay, so I even remind myself that she will not have a want for anything, because God supplies her needs. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this postpartum update video. If you guys do have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to me. Comment below. If you have any tips, comment below. I will see y'all soon, and I hope you guys have a happy holiday and be blessed. Love y'all.